Hi everyone, and in this video today, I want to take a few minutes to show you how to do a thumbnail sketch. It doesn't take long, but it will save you wasting a lot of paint and canvases later. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, this is a reference photo I'm going to be using for one of my classes. And as you can see, it's in a rectangular shape, but I like to paint in a more contemporary way with using square canvases. So right away, that gives me a good reason to do a little thumbnail sketch before I get going. So I'm going to look at starting off with, I'm using a little sketchbook here, paper, pencil, eraser. You don't need a sketchbook. You can just work it out on some paper. And so what I like to do is I'm going to draw out a little square, 2" by 2", something like that. I'm not going to measure it. Just going to give it a little confined space because, I'm working on a canvas, which is a confined space. So what I'm going to do is look at my reference photo. I want to simplify what's going on here before I start to paint, because there's a lot of, it's very busy. There's a lot going on when you look at something like, especially working with the landscape reference photo. I want to just put in the big picture. So what I like to do is I'm going to first of all pick where I want my horizon to be. And so I might just put it in right about here. You can put it in lower if you want, but I want to capture more of the sunflower field in this particular painting. And then I'm going to just really roughly sketch in where I see the tree and the little line of trees that go along that field. So then I'm going to look at look at some of these vanishing points. I kind of see it. Everything's you can kind of look at some of these rows of sunflowers to kind of get an idea of where you're going to just sketch in, just to give you an idea of when you're painting those sunflowers. So I'm going to just kind of mark a few lines in, because remember, I want to simplify. I'm not overly worried about the exact details. Then what I'll do is, I'm not going to draw in every sunflower, just to give me an idea of maybe a few key sunflowers I will put in. Maybe I'll put just one or two. Maybe this one will be a group of 3, and one down here, one up here. So and the thumbnail sketch is to help you. Not everyone's thumbnail sketch is going to be the same. And we could give this picture to a whole classroom of people, and it would come out looking very different, because everyone's going to appreciate different things in the study. And I might even, play around with where I want to see some of the clouds. So you get the idea. I'm just kind of, getting in a bit of the value, bit of where I want a few details to show. And that's kind of helpful because let's say I started a painting and I've got the same little square and I'm just painting away, and I put the tree, maybe dead center, and I didn't, plan it out, and I didn't really pay attention. Well, that wouldn't look as good to me as taking a minute and putting it off to the edge. So you can work it, a thumbnail sketch works out your format, gives you a sense of your composition. It helps you identify problem areas like we talked about here. And for landscapes, you can, if you're getting into more detail, like with a vanishing point, it helps you with determine where that vanishing point is. So it also, one thing I like about it is it helps me warm up and kind of get my artistic brain working before I start painting. So that's kind of the gist of it. And if you're given like a larger canvas, so someone asked me to paint some birds, for example, and they wanted all the flowers a certain way, and they wanted it to be on 2 canvases. This is an example of like how I would go about planning for 2. These were 20 by 30 or something canvases. So there's just no way I could have gone about it and had as successful a painting as if I hadn't gone and done this thumbnail sketch. Another thing I like to do is if you have like a little Sharpie pen, it's kind of fun to go over it sometimes with a Sharpie and just kind of really go and put in, where some of those real darks are. I just enjoy doing them, and they do definitely get you on a more creative wavelength before you start painting. And they only take 5 minutes, 2 minutes, but they can save you a lot of headache later, especially when you're gonna paint something on a much larger scale. So that's my little tip for the day, and I hope it helps you. And thanks for watching.